Hi, and welcome back. Continues the series Hollywood movie title. Today we realize the 300 animation. This project will be built entirely in After Effects, with a little support in Photoshop. To achieve this flying logo we will use a video of clouds ready, but you can use any other type of clouds, with similar color and glow. Also I made a file in Photoshop for the splashes of blood, and a light that simulates the sun. We see the settings used in Photoshop files. To darken the sky, I applied an exposure with the following values, and a hue saturation. Splashes of blood were reproduced with a dynamic brush in Photoshop, and I applied a bevel and a color overlay. The 300 logo, imported from the vector file, has a bevel with the following settings. Color overlay with the following values. This preparation will allow us to animate in After Effects, the color change. And finally a faded shadows at the bottom of the logo. The bevel should be applied also in the blood layer. The splashes of blood layer has the bevel with the following settings. And color overlay is with this values. Open After Effects, and import all the items in the project panel. We import video clouds within our project. We applied the exposure with a value of 1.45 and gamma 0.35. Apply with a hue saturation, with value, less 16. Open the composition logo 300. Select the logo, and bloody shadows layer, we copy them, and paste into our main comp. In 04 frame, we leave the default values. In 03 frame insert the following coordinates. 976, 417, less 1341. Frame the values are 1014, 395, less 2366. Finally, in 0 frame, 1022, 380, less 2545. View the result. OK. Go to the last timeline frame and apply a position keyframe. Change the Z position value to 750. As we can see, in the first frame, the edge of the logo is not defined. To solve the problem, import the vector logo inside this comp. We make a 3D layer. Select the sequence position animation of the layer 300, copy and paste in vector 300 logo layer. Do not forget to activate the icon of the vector layer to have well-defined edges. OK, perfect. Finally, copy the Photoshop layer style file of the 300 layer and paste to the new vector logo layer. Go to the bevel layer style. Activate keyframe on size value to 0 frame and 0.5 frame. The size value of the 0 frame is 17. We apply the same sequence keyframes on the shadow opacity. And change the value of the first frame from 100 to 30. In this way, during the animation, we make the bevel proportionate to the logo. To improve the animation of the logo in the main composition, we apply a filter CC Radial Fast Blur. Insert a keyframe with value amount 75 and 0 frame. In 0.4 frame with value 45. And in 0.5 frame to 0. Back in the comp logo 300, and on the layer vector logo, apply a layer style outer glow. Open the panel. Change the color to red. Color dodge mode. And in the 0 frame, apply a keyframe on size with the value of 500. Change the value range to 85. Let's go to 0.4 frame and insert the size value to 0. Complete the sequence by inserting a keyframe on opacity into the 0.5 and 0.3 frame. Change the value of the 0.5 frame with value from 75 to 0. View the result. Very nice. In this case, we must remove the presence of the shadow in the first part of the logo. Go to Shadows and apply a keyframe on 0.3 and 0.4 frame. Change the value of 0.3 frame to 0. OK, proceed with the sequence animation of the blood layer. Apply 4 masks to reveal gradually the splashes of blood, but you can change forms at your leisure. This is the first mask. Proceed with the second. Insert the third. And finally the fourth mask. Reveal all blood layer. View the result. All masks must be in add mode. Soften the mask's effect with a feather of 25. Insert one adjustment layer. Rename Storm Flashlight. We apply the first effect of shadows highlights with value 60 and 25. We apply an exposure with a value to 2. A levels, with a value to 222 and 0.93. And finally, a glow. With value 20 and 0.7. Screen mode. Glow colors, on AB colors. Color A, 225, 159, 46. Color B to white. We put the adjustment layer below the logo layer. Perfect. In the layer Storm Flashlight, insert, on opacity, a sequence of keyframes from 03 to 05, and from 07 to 14. Let's go to frame 03 and insert the value 0. In frame 04 value of 50. Frame 05 and 07 default value. Frame 08 to 0. Frame 09 to 100. In frame 10 to 75. In frame 11 to 90. Frame 12 to 0. Frame 13 to 100. Frame 14 to 0. We put the sequence of frames from frame 201 to frame 209. Frame 201 to 0. Frame 202 to 75. Frames 203 to 90. Remove the frame 204. Frame 205 to 100. Frame 206 to 0. Frame 207 to 75. Frame 208 to 50. Frame 209 to 0. View the result. Wow! You can create a sequence of flashes that you like. The sequence of flashes will be completed with the inclusion of lightning. Meanwhile, to improve the flash's effect, duplicate the layer clouds, places it above the adjustment layer, delete the effects, and put to hide solo mode. Apply a shine effect, with value 0, to get the orange. Duplicate the layer, erase the effects and apply an effect hue saturation. Colorize to 33. And saturation 100. Hard light overlay mode. Duplicate the layer, setting in add mode. And insert a glow filter with the following values: 15, 5, 1.2. Glow colors, on AB colors. Color looping, sawtooth a higher B. Color B, 255, 106, 16. Midpoint value to 0. Completed by inserting a Gaussian blur. With value 5. Select the newly created 3 layers and create a pre-comp, rename Storm Boost Flashlight. Disable only hide check. Copy the animation opacity sequence of the layer Storm Flashlight and paste on the pre-comp just created. Follow the video sequence settings scheme. This particular layer serves to create a flash's maximum peak, to emphasize the glow effect during the storm. It should be set to 100 and only a few points of animation will make them more realistic and apocalyptic effect. We see the result. Very cool. Repeat the steps in the second part of this layer. Follow the scheme on video. We make a render to see the final result. Let's go to frame 06. Proceed and insert the lightnings. The first 4 lightnings are static. The scheme I will show you, give you the coordinates for positioning but also customize the color, in this case yellow-orange. Have fun! Now, we have to animate the color change of the logo and blood sequence. Come on to the pre-comp logo 300. In 300 vector logo layer, open color overlay in layer style, and on color apply the Khai frames in frame 03, 04, 11, 12. In frame 11 and 04, changes the color from red to black. We see the result. In this way, when the lightnings are active, the logo has the classic effect underexposed for 2 sky brightness. These are details that make this animation like a classic motion graphics art. Very interesting. Synchronize the mask animation of blood layer to start from the frame 04. Wow! Go back on the logo 300 in frame 200. And apply on color the sequence of keyframes from 200 to 201, from 204 to 206, and finally to 211 frame. We put the black color in frame 201, 204 and 206. As we can see, to improve the effect we change the color, even in the blood layer. We go on blood layer, in bevel, activate highlights color keyframe. We apply the same sequence of frames. The step is very simple, follow me for settings on video. We do the same for the color sequence for the blood layer. These steps require a few seconds, but I assure you that the end result will be very cool. This animation is not particularly complex, but is full of nuances, which should be respected if you want an excellent final result. Now we go in Pre-Comp 300 logo, in 0 frame, inserting the layer sunlight. Place it above everything. Change the value of the scale, from 100 to 200. And the overlay mode, to screen. On scale, insert a Khai frame. Go to frame 03, and change the value from 200 to 30. Back in the frame 0, and insert a Khai frame on position, with the values 960 and 410. Insert a Khai frame on frame 03. To mask the sun layer and the edge of the logo, duplicate the vector logo layer, turn delete all layer styles. And activate Alpha Matte. Duplicate the sunlight layer and place it under all the layers. Insert a Khai frame on opacity from 100 to 72. Setting overlay mode to color dodge. Apply a exposure filter, with value to 1.8. View the result. As we can see, we must disable the presence of sunlight from frame 05 onwards. We select the layer logo mask and sunlight, and make them visible, to the frame 04. OK, we import the audio file and insert it in our project. Put up two opacity keyframes, the first in frame 215 with value 0. Here is the result of our project. Wow, very nice. Okay guys, I hope this tutorial has been to your liking. In the next episode we'll see how to make Skyline movie title.